Hi, kids. How's everyone doing? So, I just found out last minute that our Miss Alyssa couldn't read tonight. I actually found that out 1 minute ago. So, I hope you guys are having an awesome day. And this is what we're reading tonight. Mr. Seahorse by Carle. And I love seahorses. Do you guys love seahorses? I hope you do. So, as you're jumping on, do me a favor, please, and let me know who you are. And kids, have your parents type in the names so that I can see who you are. And this book, I'm pretty sure, was given to me by my friend Haley. Yes, it was. Miss Haley let me this book so I could read it to you guys. So I appreciate, Haley, you letting me read this. I love seahorses. And you know what? There's a great seahorse song called Seahorses, and it's by Jeanette Downing. Hi, Nick. So Jeanette Downing is a New Orleans recording artist, and I actually do use a lot of her wonderful music in my FunFit program. And the Seahorse song is by far one of my favorites. That used car sales delivery. Okay, good, Moldy Burrito. I like your name, Moldy Burrito. So anyway, we do a song called Seahorses, and it's pretty awesome. Anyway, so let's get started reading Seahorses with all our friends. Oh, you know what? Before I start reading, did I introduce myself? I'm Gamon, alias Celia Kibler. So let me actually get on to my Pumped Up Parenting group so that I can see you guys in case you're on with me and you send me messages, because I can only see so many messages. All right. Carle's book, Mr. Seahorses, with some wonderful, wonderful illustrations, don't you think? Okay, let's get started. Let me try to turn the page. Mr. and Mrs. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea. Mrs. Seahorse began to wiggle and wiggle and twist this way and that. Hey, sis, how are you? How's everything? Aren't they wonderful illustrations? Ooh, I love them. I love them. It's time for me to lay my eggs, she said. Can I help? Asked Mr. Seahorse. Oh, yes. Thank you, said Mrs. Seahorse. And she laid her eggs into a pouch on Mr. Seahorse's belly. Did you know that the daddy seahorse holds all the babies? He does, and that's why the eggs went on Mr. Seahorse's belly. I'll take good care of our eggs, said Mr. Seahorse. I promise. So unlike women, human women who carry the babies, seahorse daddies, they're the ones that carry the babies. As Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea, he passed right by a group of trumpet fish hidden in a patch of reeds. Look, let's see if it's a little reflective. Let's see if we can find the trumpet fish. There they are. And now Mr. Seahorse is in the reeds. Isn't that fun? Pretty fun, huh? Okay. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. How are you, Mr. Stickleback? Asked Mr. Seahorse. Delighted, replied Mr. Stickleback. I just built a nest, and right away, Mrs. Stickleback laid her eggs into it. Now I'm taking good care of them until they hatch. Keep up the good work, said Mr. Seahorse, and swam away. Look, there's Mr. Stickleback with all his eggs. All the guys have all the eggs. How about that? Men out there, Nick, do you want to carry the babies? No. As Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea, he passed right by a lionfish hidden behind a coral reef. Okay, guys, let's see if we can find the lionfish. Here's the coral reef. There's Mr. Lionfish. Lionfish are poisonous. Do you know that? So you can't touch them. Let's put the reeds right back on Mr. Lionfish and turn the page. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. How are you, Mr. Tilapia? Do you guys eat tilapia? Delicious. Asked Mr. Seahorse. Mr. Tilapia couldn't answer. His mouth was full of eggs. I know, said Mr. Seahorse. Mrs. Tilapia laid her eggs. Now you are taking good care of them until they hatch. Mr. Tilapia nodded his head. You must be very happy, said Mr. Seahorse, and swam away. So tilapias keep their eggs in their mouths. Look at that. All these guys carrying the babies, right? As Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea, he passed right by several leaf fish hidden among the seaweed. Time to look again, guys. Let's see. If we lift the seaweed, there are the leaf fish. Why do you think they're called leaf fish? Because they look like leaves. That's right. See how well the leaves hid the fish? You can hardly see them. All right, let's turn the page. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. How are you, Mr. Curtis? Asked Mr. Seahorse. Perfectly fine, replied Mr. Curtis. Mrs. Curtis laid her eggs, and I have stuck them on my head. Now I'm taking good care of them until they hatch. You are doing a good job, said Mr. Seahorse, and swam away. Now he keeps them on his head. Look at all the different places the sea life raised their babies. As Mr. Seahorse drifted gently through the sea, he passed right by a stonefish hidden behind a rock. Can you see the stonefish? Let's move the rock. There he is. And he looks like what? A stone, right? That's why he's called a stonefish. And now he's camouflaged and you can't see him. Camouflage means they blend in with their surroundings. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. How are you, Mr. Pipe? Asked Mr. Seahorse. Couldn't be better, replied Mr. Pipe. Mrs. Pipe laid her eggs along my belly. Now I'm taking good care of them until they hatch. You should feel proud of yourself, said Mr. Seahorse, and swam on his way. Now Mr. Pike has all the eggs right along his belly, and he's taking care of the eggs for his family. But before long, Mr. Seahorse met another fish. How are you, Mr. Bullhead? Asked Mr. Seahorse. Tip-top, replied Mr. Bullhead. Mrs. Bullhead laid her eggs, and the eggs hatched. Now I'm babysitting. You are doing a fine job, said Mr. Seahorse, and swam on his way. Look, there's Mr. Bullhead and all his babies that hatched. Look at all the baby fish. The time had come for the seahorse babies to be born. Mr. Seahorse wiggled and twisted this way and that. At last, the babies tumbled from Mr. Seahorse's pouch and swam away. One baby turned around and tried to come back into the pouch. Oh, no, said Mr. Seahorse. I do love you, but now you're ready to be on your own. What animal keeps a baby in its pouch? Do you know? It jumps, lives in Australia. It's the kangaroo. It keeps a little Joey, that's what his little baby's called, right in his pouch. And there are all the seahorses swimming away. All right, guys. Did you love the book? I really love it. And I love the seahorses. And if you look up at Downing, or you'll look up the Seahorse song, I don't think I've put it on my YouTube channel yet. But Jeanette is spelled Johnette, like Johnette. Last name Downing. She has beautiful, beautiful, fun family music. So check her out. Okay, guys. So let's take a minute to breathe and relax with me. Will you? Hold up a finger and let's smell the flowers and blow out the candles. Smell the flower, blow out the candles. Smell the flower, blow out the candle. Now let's do one more. Smell the flower and blow out the candles. Don't we feel great after we breathe? We really feel great. Very cleansing, very relaxing. So make sure you do that before bed. Okay, guys, I hope you liked the Mr. Seahorse song, Mr. Seahorse story. I'll be back tomorrow night instead of Aunt Maddie, and I don't know what I'm reading because I was going to read this, but I'm not reading this because I read it tonight. So I'll pick out another book. Oh, maybe we'll read this. Well, I don't know. I'll pick out another book. I don't want to say. But be back here tomorrow night at 7 p.m. If you're on Periscope, come on over to Facebook and join our Pumped Up Parenting group. It's where I do most of my coaching and training and story times. And if you're on YouTube or you want to follow us on YouTube, look up Pumped Up Parenting with Celia Kibler. Hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. And we would love to have you as part of our family. Lots of great parenting tips and stories right there for you and your family to have a great time. All right, guys, as always, I wish you peace, love, tons of laughter. You know that laughter really is the best medicine. So laugh a lot. And I'll see you here tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Oh, and tomorrow at noon when I do parenting tips. All right. So there you go. Parenting tips at noon, story time at 7 p.m., all Eastern time. You guys make it an awesome night, and I'll see you here tomorrow. Bye, everyone.